Multiplying decimals by powers of 10 and dividing by powers of 10. So I'll just put here multiplying and dividing by powers of 10. So such as 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. And this is what I call GLC math concept number 807. Let's have a look at a decimal number, and we have to multiply this by 0.03, or we have to multiply it by 10, or we have to multiply 81.03 by 100, or 81.03 by, say, 1,000, or 10,000 for that matter. It's a decimal. And that can continue, or we can take any decimal number and let's say we divide it by 10, or we divide it by 100, or we divide it by 1,000, etc., etc., etc. Alright, so when a number multiplies by 10 or 100 or 1,000 or divide, this is a lovely question because our systems are base 10 anyway. So every time we multiply by 10, the number gets bigger by a factor of 10 and 81 becomes like 810. And what happens here is in the question 81.03, the answer, while it multiplies by 10, the decimal jumps across one position. So it will be 81 with a 0, and then the decimal is now moved across over the 0 and between the 0 and the 3. So 81.03 times 10 is equal to 810.3. So that's only one decimal move because it's a 10 is power of 1, there's 1 0 and 10. Now if we would take 100, there's 2 zeros in 100, it's 10 squared. And so in this case, the decimal will 81 times 100 is like 8100, and it will jump over the 0, and the decimal will jump over the 3. It'll jump 2 places to the right, and so it will stop after the 3. So the answer of 81.03 will be 8103, and the decimal after the 0, we just won't write it, and that is 8,103. Now if it was 81.03 times 1,000, there's 3 zeros in 1,000, that's 10 cubed. Well, that means the decimal will jump 3 places to the right, and it will go over the 0, over the 3, and then over the nothing, and the nothing is another 0 in this case. So it's going to be 81 times 1,000 is like 81,000, and that's going to equal, and we've got 8103, and the decimal jumped over the next nothing, which is another 0, and the decimal finishes here, but we don't write the decimal on the end. You could if you want, but it's 81,030. And this is going to continue depending on what power of 10 we're dealing with. This is power of 4. 10 to the power of 4 is 10,000. There's 4 zeros. So the decimal is going to jump 4 places. So it'll jump over the 0, that's 1. Over the 3, that's 2. Over the nothing, and then over the nothing. And there's 4 jumps to the right. So the decimal will become 81 over the 0, over the 3, over the nothing, and over the nothing. So the answer is 810,300. Alright, so that's multiplying by 10. Now to divide by 10, because again it's the base 10 system, the decimal is going to go in the other direction. So we're going to have a divide 10, and it's going, 10 is 10 to the power of 1, 1 0, and it's just going to 80 divided by 10 is 8. 81 divided by 10 is 8.1. The decimal jumps over the 1. 81.03 divided by 10, the decimal will jump over the 1, stop there between the 8 and the 1, and the 103 is part of the answer. So the answer is 8.103. Notice the decimal jumps to the left when you divide. So to divide by 100, the numbers, we're taking 81 and we're splitting it up into 100 pieces. We're going to have a smaller number than 81. So remember, don't go the wrong way. Don't make the number bigger. There's 2 zeros in 100. That's 10 squared. So it's going to jump 2 places to the left, once, twice, because it's 100, 2 jumps. And it's going to stop in front of the 8. The decimal is going to land in front of the 8. So we've got 8103 after the decimal. I'll just put a 0 in front of the decimal to complete the number. Now when you read this number, please don't say that's 0.8103. Please don't say this number here is 8.103. It's not. You have to say the numbers individually after the decimal. So you've got to say 8.103. You've got to actually name each number separately. You can't tie it together. So 0. You just say each number. 0.8103. Please don't say 0.8103. That would be incorrect way to say that. And finally, to divide by 1,000, that's 10 cubed, 3 zeros, which means it's going to jump 3 places to the left. So it starts here, over the 1, over the 8, and then over the nothing, it's a 0 in front of the 8. So we've got a 0.8103. And so I'm just going to put a 0 in front and put the equal sign here. So 81.03 divide 1,000 will be 0.08103. Notice how I say the numbers separately when I read that. 0.08103. So that's multiplying and dividing by powers of 10. I hope this has helped. Until next time, stay happy.